Okay, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakat Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach the Bible in 100% truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect, starting with the 12 tribes of Israel in North and South America, and the speckled birds scattered across the earth. Shalom to you. So, I'm just going to be a real quick video. It's been about 10 days since I managed to put a video up. Had a little situation, had a problem with a tooth, so I had a bit of situation going on, so I wasn't really able to sit down and put anything together. Obviously I was going through a little bit of an issue, so I managed to get that sorted. So real quickly, I'm going to just post a real short video. I'm going to put the link to a video in the description box, which I want you to click on and watch. And this video is regarding Matthew chapter 24 and 21, which is spoken of here. As it says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Okay, so this is what you're reading about here is a particular part of history which has not actually happened yet. So in other words, it's a prophecy, and it's actually the next prophecy that is about to take place. You know, we're in the beginning stages of this prophecy, and when you go through the Bible, through the scriptures, it's also known as the hour of temptation, the same particular period of history. Or it will be known as Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah chapter 30. You can read about Jacob's trouble, which is also speaking of the same particular part of history, which is actually yet about to happen. You know, a lot of the prophecies of the Bible, you know, when you look at the prophecy, a lot of the prophecies that come in the Bible, it's pretty much history written before history has taken place. So, you know, it explains to you what's been happening, for example, over the last 500, 1,000 years, 1,500 years, so on and so forth. And it was written a very long time ago. And then obviously slowly, as things have taken place on this earth, prophecy has been ticked off in the Bible, and those prophecies then become history. You know, when you look at, for example, Revelation chapter 20, and you read about the 2,000-year periods, you know, the original the first 1,000-year period mentioned, initially that was a prophecy because it was yet to happen, but it had been written about. And after that 1,000-year period took place, it then became history. And when you go to the same book, which is the Bible, and you read about the same particular period of history, automatically it became history written in a book rather than prophecy, which had taken place, which was to take place. So, this is a particular part of history which is about to take place, and then it will officially be called history. And like I say, this is a great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. Okay, so the video, like I say, the link to the video I'm going to put up in the description box is regarding this particular period of time. And there, as explained previously, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back to my last video and catch up. But this particular period of time that is about to take place will consist of many different events taking place all at once, and many different events which are going to pretty much bring destruction to people and their lives. Disruption and destruction, whichever way you want to look at it. And so one of those particular events that will be taking place, something that we've been mentioning and warning you about previously, is a crash of the economy. And at the minute, all around the world, you see a thing which is called a Fiat Currency, which is the currency we currently have with paper money and coins and so on and so forth. And eventually this is going to be changed into a digital currency. And we keep warning you that this is going to take place. One of the things that is going to help to propel this to take place is a crash of the economy, which is the reason why, for example, the USA and the UK, for example, just to pick out two countries, two very rich, high-ranking countries within this particular kingdom that we're living in. These two particular countries have been printing money for the last year and a half or so. And what that is doing is devaluing the notes, which translates into inflation, a higher price on goods to pay. So this is something that we've been mentioning, and this is one of the things that is going to take place during this great tribulation. And it says here, if the US economy collapses, you would likely to lose access to credit. Banks would close, demand would outstrip supply of food. Okay, so this would create famine, gas and other necessities. If the collapse affected local governments and utilities, then water and electricity might no longer be available. So this is something that we're warning you about. This is a great tribulation. There are going to be other things taking place at this same particular time, but this is one particular point that we keep bringing up to warn you of. And, this is all stems around a particular idea, a way of getting things done, which is order of chaos, which is something that the banking elites of this world use regularly to make things happen, to make things, for them to set order in the way that they want to set order. They will use this particular philosophy. Again, something that is going to be taking place on a mass scale very soon. It's already been taking place, and during the time of Jacob's trouble, there will be a lot of chaos, which is what they're eventually going to bring order out of. They, like I've been telling you, they're going to crash the economy, and they know it's going to affect people in a very bad way, and people are going to kick off, and it's going to give them an excuse to implement new order. Okay, so the video, like I say, this is about the video that I'm going to put up in the description box, and this is from RT. And when you click on that video, it's a 25-minute video regarding this particular subject. And if you watch the first 12 and a half minutes, you will come across these two particular people. And when you listen to it and you listen to the lady's point of view, this so-called Edomite lady, when you watch her point of view to the conversation, will be of somebody who has a good job, who has money coming in, who's a little bit savvy with their money and knows how to stretch it and make it go far. And she will come at the interview from that particular point of view. And the guy on the right will come at the point of view of telling you realistically what is happening within the economy. So with that, I really do advise that you watch it. It's, they may not explain nothing new, but, for you guys that have been in this truth for a while, but for those of you that are new to this, this 12-minute section of this video will break down the understanding of what we're trying to explain to you, that this economy is in the process of being forcibly crashed in order to bring out a digital currency. And along the way, it's going to affect many people, and that effect is going to start taking place very soon. All that type of understanding will be explained by these two very clearly. So like I say, click on the link in the description box and just watch the first 12 minutes of this video. The video is called The Producer Price Pipeline Busts a Leak. Okay, so that's something else you can look into. It's the producer price pipeline, producers of goods, and they have a pipeline within which they feed these goods into the consumer market, and along that route the price will fluctuate depending on which point these products have reached. And that's what this video's regarding. The producer price pipeline busts a leak. And like I say, if you watch the first 12 minutes, you will come across these two people, and I'm sure they will give you some understanding. I mean, if you watch the second half of the video, it's a 25-minute video. So if you watch the second interview on this particular video, you will see this particular guy here having an interview with somebody else who's an expert in the oil economy. And that is also worth a watch. I mean, the guy did mention, he mentioned at the minute that if you drive a combustion engine, they will tax you for driving that vehicle. But if you were to drive an electric car, you are exempt from tax. But ultimately, this system wants to tax you. That's a big part of it. So he's explained that there's a bill in process to bring out a law which will allow them to tax people who have electric cars and double tax people who have combustion engines. So ultimately, even if you've got a combustion engine, you're now stuck in a situation where you will pay more to have that. You have to pay double the tax. And if you want to get to a situation where you only pay one set of tax for that vehicle, which you're currently doing, then you'd have to go and change your whole vehicle to an electric car. So this is the beast system yet again, coming down on you like a hammer and pretty much forcing you into a corner and forcing you to bring more money out of your pocket, via the form of tax. So, but that's something that's mentioned on the second interview. What I really want you to watch is the first interview with these two particular people here. So I hope you gain some understanding from that. And until next time, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakar Kwadash, and Shalom.
That we're going to essentially give America a huge break on flat screen TVs, but within 20, 25 years, we're going to bankrupt the country, and that's what's happening now.